Good evening, everyone. Today we'll start the explanation of the first chapter of Social Science, class 10th, that is Resources of India, part 1, Soil, Water, Forest and Wildlife. In this chapter, we'll be studying about the main introduction of resources, their importance, their meaning and types. Second, we'll study about soil, its formation, types, distribution and conservation. Third, we'll study about water, sources of water, types, distribution and conservation. Fourth, we'll study about forest, its utility, conservation of forest and wildlife. And lastly, we'll study about wildlife, that is endangered species. In first chapter, you will be studying these 5 topics. Today in this video, I'll cover the first part of this chapter, that is resources, its meaning, importance and its types. So please listen carefully and note down all the important points which I'll be explaining you in this chapter. First, we'll start with the meaning of resources. Resources means anything that fulfills human wants or needs or helps in solving the problem of human being. For example, water. We use water for drinking, for cleaning, for washing, for every day-to-day activity we need water. So, water is a resource. For example, electricity. We use electricity for machines, to charge our mobile phone, to watch television. Electricity is also a resource. So, anything that fulfills your needs, your wants, it will be called as a resource. In general terms, we can say, whenever you feel that your needs are fulfilled by something, whether it is a mobile phone, whether it is anything there in your house, it will be treated as a resource. You can be resource for your family. If you are solving the problems of your family, you can be a resource for your country. If you are working for the development of your country. So resource can be anything that fulfills the needs and solves the problems of society or individuals. And man can easily convert these resources through their intelligence, technical knowledge and other skills. For example, water is just a resource. If you will use water to produce electricity, then it is because of your intelligence. So, man has the ability to convert any resource into some other resource. There are many types of resources. It can be natural resource, it can be human resource, it can be man-made resources. But we'll be studying about natural resources. Natural word itself means connected with nature, that is free of cost, that is freely available. So, the resources provided by nature and those are useful to men, these are known as natural resources. Man himself is a resource. If man uses his intelligence and capabilities in a positive manner, then that man will be called as a resource. So, resources are divided into some various categories, or we can say classifications. Classifications on the basis of, first, on the basis of ownership. There are 3 subcategories of classification under ownership. First is personal resources. Your mobile is your personal resource. Your house is your personal resource. Second is national resources. National means which belongs to a nation. For example, our nation has many resources. For example, we have coal mines, we have our military powers, we have the wealth of the nation, we have everything that belongs to our nation, that will be known as national resource. World resource. World resource means which belongs to the world, physical or any biological element of the world for welfare of mankind. These three come under ownership. Secondly, we have on the basis of availability. Availability means how much it is available and it will be available in future or not. First category under availability is renewable resources. Renewable resources means which can be easily renewed or which can be easily recycled. For example, agricultural land. We can add manure, we can add fertilizers, and then the fertility will be regained. So it is a renewable resource. Next is non-renewable, which will never be renewed or it will take much time to be renewed. For example, coal and petrol. It takes hundreds of years to renew coal and petrol. So it will be non-renewable. Recyclable resource. Recyclable resources means those minerals which can be reproduced and used again and again. For example, iron, copper. You can use them again and again and you can recycle them. Lastly, inexhaustible resources. Inexhaustible means which will never be exhausted, which will never end. For example, solar energy. Solar energy is inexhaustible resource. This resource will never finish, which are not exhausted at all. Third is on the basis of distribution. First is easily available. Under distribution, first is easily available resources. Easily available means there is no effort in getting those resources which are easily available. For example, you can see oxygen. Oxygen is easily available around you. You don't have to work hard to get oxygen. Second is commonly available. Commonly available means which are very common in nature and which can be available very commonly. That is soil. Wherever you will go, you will see soil at many places. Third is rarely available. Rarely available resources which are not found at common places. These resources are found at very rare places. For example, uranium, gold, coal. You will have many rare resources and rare places where these resources are found. Fourth is single, found at only one place. For example, we have commercial cryolite. It is found only in Greenland. It is a metal which is only found in Greenland. So it is a single resource that is available. Next, on the basis of uses. Classification on the basis of uses. First is unused resources. Unused means when the resource are not in use. They are known as unused resources. They are there but they are not used. For example, deposits of certain minerals which are not yet extracted. Second is usable resources. Usable resources are those which are used. For example, we are using iron, we are using copper. These are usable resources. Next is unusable resources. Unusable resources are which cannot be used further even when we apply techniques. These are unusable resources. Next is we have potential resources. Potential resources which have been known to man but are not in use but will be used in future. For example, earlier we were not having dams, we were not having infrastructure, but it had potential to be there in future. So at that time they were potential resources, but now they are usable resources. And lastly we have latent resources. Latent resources means which have been unknown to man. These resources are unknown to man. For example, till petroleum was found, it was a latent resource, but now its properties are known to the man and we use it. So now it is a usable resource. So every resource can be usable, unusable, potential or latent. It depends on the man how he uses it or how he will use it in future. So now I have completed the first part of this chapter, that is resource, meaning and its classification. I'll again summarize it. First, resources is anything that fulfills human needs, that is a resource. Man can easily convert anything into a resource through his intelligence. Natural resources are there which are found in nature and which are easily available. Secondly, I have told you classification of resources on the basis of availability, ownership, distribution, and lastly I have told you how they are used. In my next video, I will tell you about the next two topics of the lesson, that is soil, its formation, types, distribution, conservation, and water, sources of water, types, distribution and conservation. So please listen carefully and note down all the main headings which I have explained you. Thank you. Now I'll continue in the next video. Thank you.